Welcome back to Andersen Acres. It's a beautiful day out today, very lovely, not a lot of wind, nice and sunny, though we're sitting here in the shade. And I had somebody ask me, how do you transplant seedlings that you buy at the garden center? Now, I didn't get a lot of seedlings at the garden center this year because I started a lot from seeds that I kept from last year, but I did get a baby bear pumpkin. There's a chicken. So I did get a baby bear pumpkin. And I have a sriracha pepper here. I got these from the nursery. So people have asked, how do you transplant these? Well, first of all, you get yourself a planter or you can do it into the ground. It doesn't really matter. And kind of put them where you want them. I am putting the sriracha pepper in here. Hi, Tequila, sweetie. Hi. I am putting the sriracha pepper in here only because I only have one. And I don't want it with my other peppers because someone in our household hates sriracha but loves all the other ones, and I don't want them to get the wrong pepper. So that pepper's going in here, and in here is going to be this pumpkin and several of my other pumpkins when they are big enough to come out of the house and go into here. So first you figure out where you want them. Just kind of put your containers where you want. I am putting the pumpkin right at the edge. I'm going to put the pepper right in the middle. So now you have to have something to dig. You either can use a spoon, a trowel, you can use your bare hands, which is what I'm going to do. So you figure out where you're going to go, make a hole. I'm just doing it with my hands. I like working with my hands. Okay? Make a hole that's roughly big enough, as big as the box that your plant is coming in. So when you're taking this out of the box, don't just grab and yank. Okay? First of all, you want to go around here. There's an ant. First round, you go around here, and you want to kind of make sure the roots aren't all tangled, because if they're all tangled, what's going to happen is when you rip the plant out, the roots are going to get stuck. So you kind of just make sure, Tequila, don't bark at the kitten. It's just Tequila being annoying. So you just loosen up these roots so that they're not stuck anywhere. And do not grab from the stem and pull. It will break. So what we're going to do, very gently, you kind of manipulate and push on the container. There we go. Look at how many roots this guy has. You don't want to just stick him in there. You want to kind of loosen up this root ball. Don't rip the roots, but kind of loosen it up so that those roots have somewhere else to go. Okay, so you don't want to rip the roots, but you just kind of want to get them moving a little bit, because you want the roots to come out of this little root ball and you want them to go into your planter or into your garden. So you're just going to kind of fuss with them. Okay, just kind of loosen up that root ball. Be gentle. Be gentle. You don't want to rip the roots. So you just want to be gentle and kind of muck it up. Do it over your planter because you like this dirt. This dirt that they come in is very, very nice dirt, well fertilized. So you want to keep this dirt. So just kind of mess around with your root ball gently, gently. Gentle, gentle. And when you've got most of those roots kind of working free, then you just kind of get it down in the dirt. I'm going to turn it this way. Get it down in the dirt. Get those leaves up. You don't want to bury the leaves, but bury your stem right to where those first set of leaves are. Okay, you want to give it some stability. There we go. Some stability is a good thing. And then we're going to do the same thing with the pepper. So we're just going to go down in the middle here. And I love to use my hands if the soil is loose enough for that. So again, check to see if you've got any root problems coming out. If you don't, turn it on its side and just gently squeeze. Squeeze your pot. There we go. This one has a bunch of dirt in there at the bottom. So these roots are up here. So it didn't have as much of a root ball. So these roots I don't have to really play with too much because they're already sticking out and looking for somewhere to go. So just kind of give it a little bit of a fluff. And then again, there we go. Just like that. Okay, bury it up to the first set of leaves. There we go. Get the dirt off your leaves. Take your little sticks from the nursery so you know what plant is what. That's my sriracha pepper. That's the wrong one. This is my baby bear pumpkin. So just stick those in. There we go. And the reason we're in a shady spot is because I like to transplant in the shade, just because it can be a bit of a shock for the poor plants to be transplanted, and I don't want them all freaked out. Just a little bit of dirt in this one. Get that out there. We don't waste dirt around here. This is good dirt. So we just put that in there. There we go. So the last thing we want to do, we want to take our watering can and we want to just give a water. Try to avoid dumping water directly on the leaves. I mean, it won't hurt it too much, but get water in there, but maybe not directly on the leaves. Also, I'm putting it on the side of the tire to rinse some of that mud off. Okay, so get some water in there, but don't dump it at the top of the plant. That could cause your leaves to have some issues or to get scorched by the sun a little bit. So we're just going to leave it like that. We're going to completely ignore them now. We have wet them down. We are not going to muck with them for about a week. Okay, hi, Tequila. Hi, sweetie. He's a good dog. Yeah. So we do not want to mess with them for about a week because we want to give them time to establish themselves. So don't go playing with them or trying to pinch anything off yet. Wait a week. So we're going to wait a week before we play with these. But that's how you transplant. Very, very easy. Just make sure you break up any root balls so that they... Dog head. Make sure you break up any root balls so that you can get those roots growing into the dirt and not just into itself. All right? Thank you, Tequila. Good dog. So that's about it for us here today at Andersen Acres. I hope you transplant your seedlings with some success. These ones are from the nursery. It's not that much different if you have seedlings in the house that you started in a tray or something like that. Either way, transplant gently, treat the plants like they're made of glass, and you will have an easier transplant. Okay, don't stress the plants too much, and they should successfully move from their little tiny pots into your planters or your gardens. That's it for us today. We'll see you tomorrow.